Welcome students. Today we are going to start a new topic for the class 11th mathematical tools, that is graph. Till the previous lecture we have discussed about the logarithm, we have discussed about trigonometric functions, we have discussed and the relation between a ki power x is equals to y, then how can we represent it, that is log a y is equals to x. This all we have discussed. So let's do some examples before moving ahead. Let's suppose if I want to calculate log base 10, the 1000, then it will be log base 10, 10 ki cube, then 3 will come ahead as we have discussed in the previous lecture. Wherever the base and this number is same, it will become 1, so the answer will be 3. Next, if the log 2 is 1024, then if I can to calculate it, it will be log 2 10 ki power 2 ki power 10. So the 10 will come ahead, it will be 10 log 2, and since the base and this is same, hence the number will be 10 itself. So if it is log 3 1 by 81, so we can write it as log 3 81 ki power minus 1, the minus will come ahead, so it will be minus 1 log 3 81. 81 can be also written as 3 ki power 4, this 4 will come ahead, so the answer will be minus 4 log 3, both are same, hence it will become 1, so the answer will be minus 4. So these are the way how to solve the log. Whenever the base and the exponent both are same, the value will become 1. Whenever the exponent is 1, the a ki power 0 will be 1, hence the log to the base a of 1 is 0. Whenever they are dividing, let's suppose if it is log 3 5 by 7, then we can write it as log 35 minus log 37. After completing half part of 11th class, I'll provide you the special lecture for the logarithm कि हम log किसी भी चीज़ का कोई भी वैल्यू का हम log कैसे निकाल सकते हैं, राइट? अभी हमें सिर्फ ये पढ़ना है कि लॉग को अप्लाई कैसे करना है, लॉग के बेसिस पे क्वेश्चंस कैसे करने हैं. जैसे हमें ये चीज़ समझ में आ जाएगी कि वेयर वी हैव टू अप्लाई लॉग, हमें कहाँ लॉग की ज़रूरत है, देन वी कैन ईजिली पुट इट. सो in that way we can easily calculate the values of the log. So for that I will upload the lecture after completion of 2 or 3 chapters. Let's move towards today's topic. Our today's topic is graphs. What is graphs? Why do we require graphs? How does the graphs can be represent? Why do how many variables are there? These all things comes under the graph. The graphs are any relation which can be plotted on any curve, or any curve which can be plotted on any axis are said to be graph. The axis might be x-axis, the axis might be y-axis, right? So whatever the plot we are drawing over the x-axis and y-axis can said to be a graph. Let's take an example. If I am having a variable y here and a variable x here, if I want to draw a graph on it and I found that the graph is coming a straight line, then what are the conditions, or when will it come a straight line, how will it come a straight line, and if it is not a straight line, then what can be another curve which can be possible or which can be drawn on this graph. All these things we will discuss in the graph. For that we have to understand about some terms, which is one is slope. What is slope? Slope is nothing but the inclination of the graph at particular point, so at particular point or at particular axis or at particular angle, what is the inclination of the graph can be represented by the slope. Before moving ahead, let me clear about slope. What is slope? Slope can be calculated whenever we can divide the y-axis with respect to the x-axis, or the change in value of the y with respect to the change in value of x, or we can say it as y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. If there is a graph, so if it is a y-axis, if it is a x-axis, if I want to find the slope of a particular point, so if it is x1 and it is x2, the respective value of x1 and x2 are y1 and y2. If I want to calculate the slope of it, then the change in y, that is y2 minus y1, and change in x, that is x2 minus x1. और we can say that कि अगर मेरे पास ये y axis और ये perpendicular है और नीचे वाला मेरा base है, so I can represent it as a tan theta. Let's take an example. If you feel that I am moving a little bit faster, please pause your video and look it for a while or rewind it. Let's suppose ये y है, ये x है. अगर मेरे पास एक लाइन है जो कि 30 डिग्री एंगल बना रही है और इसका परपेंडिकुलर और या y कंपोनेंट मेरे पास है ये पार्ट और ये मेरा x कंपोनेंट है, तो क्या मैं कह सकता हूँ कि इसका इंक्लिनेशन ये y में कितना इंक्रीज किया when we have increased it in x. So the increase in y with respect to increase in x is nothing but slope. That is nothing but tan 30. That is nothing but 1 by root 3. This we can solve right in this manner. Now let's come to the graphs. How many types of the graphs or the possibilities can be possible? Why do we require the graphs? Now graphs are the relation between the two variables. The standard equation y is equals to mx plus c is the equation of a straight line. The relation between x and y can be in various methods. If x and y both are having power 1, then the relation said to be linear. The graph drawn will be straight line. We will discuss further what will happen if I change the power. Now if y is equal to mx plus c, the m is said to be slope, and this is the standard equation of the straight line. So if it is 3x plus 4y is equals to 7, then I can write it as y is equals to minus 3x plus 7 by 4, or I can write it as minus 3 by 4 x plus 7 by 4. This is said to be the slope of the graph. The slope is taken as positive when the angle is acute. The slope is taken as negative when the angle is obtuse. Let's take an example. If I want to draw the graph between x and y and the line is straight. If it is straight, it means its slope is constant. If its slope is constant, it means it is having a fixed slope at every point. And that slope, if I gave it is m, and c is nothing but a constant term. Now let's suppose if there is 3y minus 7x is equals to 9 is the equation, and if I draw this, then I'll find that y is equal to 7 by 3x plus 3. This 3 is nothing but y-intercept. This will become 3 or c if the equation of this graph or the curve of this graph is this one. Whenever if it is making the angle theta and that theta is acute, then m is greater than 0, the positive slope, because tan theta, when theta is less than 90 means in first quadrant, right? So the slope will be positive, the value will be positive. In the first quadrant everything is positive. But if we come to the tan theta and theta is obtuse, then the second quadrant, then the slope will be negative. Let's take in another example. If there is an example of 3x minus 4y is equals to 12, then I can say that y is equals to 3x minus 12 by 4, or I can say that 3 by 4x minus 3. So the graph of this equation will be, the c is minus 3 intercept, so it will be minus 3. The slope is 3 by 4, means on inclination of the 3, we will have here is 4. So the tan theta is equals to 3 by 4. The c is nothing but minus 3. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. So the general equation or the standard equation of this straight line is said to be y is equals to mx plus c. जब भी कोई मेरे पास इक्वेशन x की पावर भी 1 है और y की पावर भी 1 है तो कैसी इक्वेशन बनेगी या कैसा मेरे पास ग्राफ बनेगा? इट विल बी अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. अगर मेरे पास एक की पावर 2 है और दूसरे की पावर 1 है, then we have a standard equation y square is equal to 4ax और x square is equals to 4ay. किसी भी एक की पावर 1 हो, किसी की पावर 2 हो. Then the curve is said to be parabola. हमें सिर्फ ये पढ़ना है कि वो पैराबोला दिखते कैसे हैं और हम पैराबोला बनाएंगे कैसे. वी विल नॉट गो इन द मच डीपर as we are having all this in our NCERT maths, or as we move in the physics we will understand the concept. Let's suppose I am drawing of 4 parabolas. एक तो रेड वाला पोर्शन है मेरा, एक मेरे पास पर्पल वाला पोर्शन आता है, एक मेरे पास ग्रीन वाला पोर्शन मैंने बनाया, और एक मैंने स्काई ब्लू वाला पोर्शन आपके सामने प्रेजेंट किया हुआ है. दिस इज द कर्वेचर ऑफ द पैराबोलास. दीज ऑल आर डिफरेंट पैराबोलास. सबकी इक्वेशन अलग अलग होगी. रेड वाले की बात करूं तो सबसे पहले हम आइडेंटिफाई कर लेंगे कि मेरे पास वाई स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 4ax. किसकी इक्वेशन होगी? वाई स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 4ax. रेड वाले की इक्वेशन होगी. क्यों होगी? देखो, हाउ वी विल आइडेंटिफाई इट? बिकॉज इफ वी पुट और सब्सटीट्यूट एनी वैल्यू ऑफ y, whether it is positive x-axis, positive y-axis or negative y-axis, whatever the value of y I will present, after being square it will become positive itself. मतलब x will always be positive. The graph will be drawn along with the positive, चाहे तुम y ऊपर जाओ चाहे y तुम नीचे जाओ. Similarly, the x will become negative if I just oppose that thing, that is y square is equals to 4ax, नहीं, minus 4ax. If I draw it as x square, x चाहे नेगेटिव में जाओ, लेफ्ट में जाओ या राइट में जाओ, x square is equal to 4ay, and the last is x square is equals to minus 4ay. We will not bother about what is a here. We will study, we will look at in the next lectures that what is a. Let's move over to our new topic or the new graph, which is when both x and y both are of the power 2. So if it is x square plus y square is something, let's suppose if something is c, then if both the power are 2, then it is said to be circle. It means if I have drawn it, then there is a circle. With the circle, the radius is under root c, the origin is 0, 0. And this is the equation of circle x square plus y square is equals to c. अगर x स्क्वायर न करके x माइनस a का स्क्वायर है प्लस y माइनस b का स्क्वायर है is equals to c है, then we will have a different circle in which a comma b will be the center and the circle will be in this manner. This is a comma b and this is center and the circle will be in this manner. And the radius will I give you, the radius will have under root of f plus g minus c, f square plus g square minus c square. I'll explain what is f and g in the upcoming classes. Next, okay, let's explain it here. X square plus a square minus 2ax plus y square plus b square minus 2by is equals to c. So if I want to find it as x square plus y square minus 2ax minus 2by is equals to c square minus a square minus b square. This will be my radius. It is not c square, this is c. So f and g are nothing but these coefficient when the equation is written in the term of x minus f ka square plus y minus g ka square. So here the radius will be r is equal to under root of a square plus b square minus c. The modulus of it, since the radius is only the magnitude. Now coming to the next equation is ellipse. The ellipse is something x square plus y square, but x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equals to 1. अगर मेरे पास x square और y square plus is equals to c, इनके कोफिशिएंट अगर 1 थे तब तो ये सर्किल बन रहा था, लेकिन अगर इसके कोफिशिएंट 1 नहीं है, अगर ऐसे लिखा हुआ 5x square plus 2y square, then will it be a circle? No, it will be ellipse. The circle will be only when x has a coefficient 1 and y has a coefficient 1. Both should have coefficient 1, then only it will be circle. So if it is x square upon y square plus y square upon b square, then what will be the graph? The graph will be ellipse, in which the one which is longer will be a major axis, one which is shorter will be known as a minor axis. Now coming to the part as if a is greater than b, if it is given. But if it is given that b is greater than a, then my ellipse will be in this way, in which b will be larger and a will be smaller. Coming to the last part of the graphical things, that is hyperbola. Hyperbola is nothing but x square upon a square y square upon b square is equals to 1, but the symbol is minus here. If the symbol is minus, then it is said to be hyperbola. Now in a hyperbola, we will have a function which is split into two parts. This is the hyperbola. These are not two graphs, these are a single graph which has the equation x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equals to 1. We will not bother about a and b here. We will not have any x axis or y axis or a axis or major axis, minor axis. No. There is also equation xy is equals to 1, x is equals to 1 upon y, or x is inversely proportional to y. Then we will have direct graph which is known as, or which is said to be, a rectangular hyperbola. This is said to be rectangular hyperbola. In the rectangular hyperbola, the x-axis and y-axis are said to be tangent to it at infinite. They are meeting at infinite point, right? They are not meeting here, so they are meeting at infinite. The tangents which are meeting at infinite are said to be asymptotes. We will not bother about these asymptote word, tangent. We all learn these things in the maths. But these are little bit helpful in physics as well. These are not very much helpful or not very much required, but the things are required is the types of the graphs. What types of the graphs are there, how can be the possibilities, whether it is a circle or it is ellipse or hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola is straight line. If the equation is given, what kind of the graph, how can we interpret that, what graph can be drawn, right? With the help of these equations only we can draw it. So let's come to the section as we can say here. If it is a constant, then the slope is a theta. This is the theta, then the slope is m is equals to delta y upon delta x, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. If the theta is acute, then the slope is said to be negative. If theta is obtuse, then the slope is said to be negative. If the theta is acute, the slope is said to be positive. Right? Now, thus m is the proportionality factor which decides that how much will the y change while going in the x. If I move in the x, how much the y will change or y will increase. Coming to the next part, the variable slope we can have. We can have a variable slope. It means it have a different slope at a different point of time. So at a different point of time, if different slope is there, definitely the slope will vary. In that case, we will have the equation which is not constant, or slope is not constant, dy by dx is not constant, y by x is not constant. If it is not constant, it means it has some dependency on some variable. Let's suppose y square is equals to 4ax or 4x. In this, the slope will not be constant. It will depend that on which point we are calculating the slope. At the last point, if we calculate, the slope will be infinite. At the first point, if we calculate, the slope will be 0. Next, if there are the graphs which are various equations, let y is equals to mx, it means it is passing from origin. If it is y is equals to mx plus c, it means the intercept is positive. If it is minus c, the intercept is negative, as we have taken right now the minus 3 plus 3, right? If it is minus x plus c, it means it has drawn with the negative slope. So in the first equation we are having the slope if the line and which is passing through origin. The second is the standard equation which is having a positive intercept. The third which is having a negative intercept. The fourth which is having a negative slope but positive intercept. These are the graphs or the parabolas which we have discussed. Y square is equal to 4ax or k. 4a को इसने k बोल दिया because we will not bother about what is a here. Y square is equal to minus kx. Y square is equals to x square is equal to ky. X square is equal to minus ky. Minus में just it will reverse its direction. Next, coming to the equation of the circle, x square plus y square is equal to a square, where a is the radius. If it is c, then under root of c will be the radius. If it is a square, under root of a square, that is a, will be the radius. If it is x square plus y square, it will have the center at origin. Similarly, where we have read about the quadratic equation, the quadratic equation we have read in 10th class. So we have gone through with the graph of the quadratic equation in which y is equal to sum to the power x to the power square or sum to the power 2. It means the variable, one variable is having power 1, another variable is having power 2. Also we have discussed just before to it, that is rectangular hyperbola, which is very much important. Xy is equals to constant or xy is equals to anything, or x is inversely proportional to y, then we will have a rectangular hyperbola. Next, coming to the ellipse, we have discussed x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equals to 1. The ellipse of the semi-major axis, this is semi-major axis, this is semi-minor axis, this is semi-minor, and this is semi-major axis. The most important graph is y is equals to e की power minus kx. Y is equals to e की power minus kx will be drawn in this way. This is a very much important. Students, I'll repeat to please remind it or learn it. Y is equals to e की power minus kx. Now coming to the sine curvature and the cos curvature. Sine curvature, the graph seems to be there where it repeats its value at after 360 degree, means it is having a period of 360 degree, or we can say it at 2 pi. It repeats its value after exact 360 value. It means 90 plus 360, that is again 450. It is having a one complete cycle. After an entire complete cycle, it will repeat itself. The sine y is equals to sine x or y is equals to sine function is having the minimum value as -1 and the maximum value is +1. So it will oscillate between the -1 to +1. The graph is also known as sinusoidal. If it start from +1, then the graph is said to be the cosine curve, or y is equals to cos theta. Where the minimum value, again it is having -1, the maximum value it is having +1. Again the period of this graph is 360 degree. It will repeat itself at 2 pi. This is this entire complete cycle. Look at the values. Sine 0 we have 0, sine 0 degree, that we are getting here. Sine 90 we have 1, that we are getting. Sine 90 we are getting 1. Similarly in the cos we are having cos 0 is equals to 1. So at the cos 0 we are getting value 1. The cos 90 we are getting 0. The cos 90 we are getting 0 value. So these are the pretty much important graphs for your entire physics and maths. These are some questions. Please draw these graphs. In the next class I'll discuss these questions and we will move ahead with the calculus part. The calculus is the combination of differentiation and integration that we will discuss in the next class. Also, we will have some questions based on the graphs in the next class. Till then, please be in touch. Have a nice day.